fine now. Yeah, it's fine. Okay, what were we doing? Oh my god. Someone like shut their door so fast and my like whole room shaked. It was scary. Oh no. We had to go mining. Oh right, we were mining actually. I remember that. Oh, we were mining in the nether. Oh, but I got aluminum now, so. Do not sus, please. You know our plans. We will do mining. Oh, this is not. Get away from me, little freak. Daring today? What? I'm normal. How am I any different? Little freak. Not freak. Where is it? I guess there isn't any. Okay. Greek. Of course the Greek friend is gay. Of course. Oh my god, what the hell? Why is he there? Oh, thank you, I guess. Get away from me. It's enough, I guess. Oh. We have more than enough. Quintessential Greek culture, yup. Oh, you have them. Okay. I thought I didn't have enough for a bow, but I do. Let us go. Ah, ah. Did you see the macro though? I did that on my own. I don't know if it's called macro actually. I don't know anything. Oh, I wish I brought blocks. Turkish oil wrestling is so weird. I be mining, mining, all on the floor. I don't know the lyrics to that song. Everyone googling Turkish wrestling. So we back in the mine, got our pickaxe swinging from side to side, side to side. This task of pulling on, hope to find some diamonds tonight, night, night, diamonds tonight. Let's up, total shock fills your body. You again, feeling those eyes. 'Cause baby tonight. Voice crack. I didn't hear anything. We are losing her. What do you mean? Oh, I wish I brought a bucket. But my throat is itchy. So it might have actually happened. I'm not sure. Oh, I have to. Oh, okay. You need a better bucket or else you'll lose your money? What do you mean? What does that mean? What do you mean by that? I don't give an F. Oh, I need more blocks. Is the girl thing activated? What? Oh yeah, my voice changer. Right. You need iron blocks? What do you mean? You're playing Minecraft too? Question mark? That's reference to a meme. I don't know about it. Sorry. Yay, water! Wow, that's beautiful. And this beautiful natural occurrence, I will build a McDonald's here. Yes. No, I am the one who knows. I am the one who crows. I am the one who snows. I am the one who knows. Do not ever call me that. I'm the one who knows everything. I am the knower. Where are all the zombies and stuff? Should I increase the difficulty? And yeah. Yep, it is I. Oh! Ah, you thought I fall, right? No. I am the one who knows that there's a hole there. Come here, bitch. Face your fate. Where are you? Immediately dies. Oh my god, there's so many zombies. Oh my god! Those who pros, those who snow. Those who crow. Those who crow. Those who blow. Those who ow. That doesn't really count. I wish I got my glasses. Wait, let me turn. Do I have nightlight on? Wait. Night light. Yeah, that's better. Yes, okay. Ask your question. I know, so I can't tell you what it is. Okay, so, okay. Where the coal at? Uh-oh. No, not this. It's got low efficiency. Hello? Okay, I'll stop here and go back. Other mine. How many gorillas could you take on your own? 0. You can choose the weapon of your choice, but all the gorillas get the same weapon, but it's not guaranteed. They can also... Oh. Ooh, follow me. I can see it. Her. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Oh, wait. Oh. Oh, it's... What? Okay, it's enough then. Macerator. Demon Core. Demon Core is a this no. This thing called Demon Core, and it's like basically a nuclear weapon. Yeah, I'd say it is. Oh yeah, I was going to make another pickaxe. Oh, not steak pickaxe, diamond pickaxe. Hopefully that's enough. Get a fish. Oh, right. Okay. What's a BFG? Go back then. I'll sleep and go back. Oops. Living core is an experiment with incredibly radioactive materials and a special reflective shielding. Basic rundown is that if you open the demon core a specific way, you can get blasted with an extremely lethal dose of radiation within seconds. And a screwdriver. Oh, right. I remember now. Yeah. I think it's best we clear this side first. LOL. You're guessing? Oh, it is the name actually, yeah. I think. I'm pretty sure actually. Now that I see it, I remember. Is that uranium or oh paradox? Okay. Can you use nuclear energy in IC2 or any other mod pack? Yes, nuclear is an actually important step if you want to get into late game. Many tech mods have nuclear stuff in them. Some are simple, let's put in here. Okay. Some are dangerous. What do you mean? Should I make another... Oops. Should I make another generator thingy outside of my house? Yeah, they didn't mean to use the screwdriver in that way. They just put it there for 5 minutes because I think they did it like occasionally if they had to go pee or something while working on it. I'm pretty sure that's how it ended up like that. Okay, while preserving population, right? I'm not saying that. I love mining. I love miners. I love kids, Charlie. I love kids. No, no. Yeah, I think that's enough. Oh, is that a reunion? What? Is there? Oh my. Pair that, more pair that. Oh my god. I saw him too, but he moved so fast. I'm a Minecraft YouTuber now. Because I love kids. Wow. Oops. No. Uh-oh. I'll move the copper here. Wow. Sophisticated. So I'll make a new one outside then. We need the space for it though. I loot this area. I don't go there anyways anymore. Guys, I think it's time for YouTube. Do you know where we left off? The movie? Super Symmetry movie? That's enough, right? Yeah, I think so. You didn't watch? Okay, start over. By the way, like, will it blow up? Should I do it further away?
Base, but he missed the act.
Oh, yeah, we were about that much in. No, not something blowing up. Like, you said the uranium stuff is dangerous,
But
so
first,
I'm
let's
asking.
explain
Oh,
what is
wait.
going on in this psychosocial experiment. About 200 people were chosen using a Google form and were invited to this server. The goal was to have them
Would
simulate realistic
uranium stuff blow up?
civilization in
Should I do it
Minecraft,
further
blah, blah,
away?
blah. But this wasn't another normal civilization event where normal
Does it
people
sound
did
fine?
normal things. It was the opposite. Being closer to 2B, 2T, but somehow more mentally ill.
Oh, okay
The
then.
following information should give an idea of how autistic and chaotic the rest of the event would be. During player selection, we specifically chose the most schizophrenic and deranged people on all of YouTube to play on this server as we thought it was fun. In about 10 minutes, we'll see why it wasn't.
That's so scary. Uranium, nothing ever happens.
Leading to abysmal performance at the beginning, constant crashes and tick speed comparable to that of a constant
Oh my god, that was so
experience.
scary.
This would come to be known as day zero. During these dark times, players were struggling to escape spawn. Speaking of spawn, I go by lots of names, specifically chose the worst spawn possible. Being an extremely tall mountain that was Herculean to escape, random murders would constantly send people back. Those who actually escaped would usually wipe out of the world, creating an infinite Sisyphean struggle, except it's going down instead of up and out. The players then was added in an attempt to decrease lag. Those who didn't make it were forced to quit join every 10 seconds. It's on doing this for hours. This unsurprisingly led to a trend on the Discord. Some people used this opportunity
Game is louder
to
than
spam
movie?
it with
Oh.
propaganda for their newly created teams. Others simply wanted to watch the whole event burn. Approximately 15 different generals and 29 different rules were created to contain the event. We will not be going into further detail. These were the types of players we were dealing with in the Supersymmetry event. But what is Supersymmetry? This server isn't
No, it
vanilla
took right still?
Minecraft.
Okay.
There are 200 mods installed, which are
How about
part of
this?
a Minecraft mod pack called Supersymmetry. This isn't your regular Minecraft mod pack. It has been specifically built to make everything as realistic as possible. For example, in Minecraft, you simply mine iron ore and put it in a furnace to make iron ingots. But in Supersymmetry, and that was just one of the 118 chemistry chains that are required, one for each element of the periodic table.
Incredible.
This was a particularly easy one,
Maybe a bit
as
louder.
later processes would
Okay.
require up to 50 steps. Those who survived would be rewarded immensely.
Is
This
good?
mod pack offers a large variety of weapons to troll other players with.
No, it's
There are
okay.
several
Okay.
types of guns, turrets to defend your base, or you can attack other players with chlorine gas and nerve agents, directly going against the Geneva Convention of 1949. And if you are particularly advanced in the game, you can also make high CBMs to wipe out bases off the map from a distance. Higher tiers of technology unlocked higher tiers of trolling. But who would be schizophrenic enough to code all of this? The answer may sound familiar. It was the PGS. The clear favorite at the start of the event was the People's Gragic Society, which will be mentioned, from now on, as the PGS. Due to the large size of the PGS, please excuse the length of the following PGS exposition explanation section. which will consume approximately 5 minutes. The PGS were a technocratic autocratic authoritarian team with approximately 30 players. They had extensive knowledge of modded Minecraft, leading them to win the first I Go by Lots of Names event, aka the Numa Factory event, by going to space and brutally wiping everyone off the map with an orbital laser. But do they have what it takes this time? Regin decided to split the massive team into multiple divisions to create a progression team for making setups, a military team to find bases and kill other players, a logistics team to build trains, and a construction team for building out the base. The progression team contained Planet Me and Zalgo.
Did I make
This gave
geothermal
the
generator?
PGS a very large advantage, because those are the two people who know supersymmetry better than anyone else, because they developed it. Planet Me and Talgo specifically made the pack harder for people who had no knowledge in chemistry and couldn't play 12 hours a day to figure out the different chemical processes. The PGS's military team also had some of the best fighters on the server. Kubal could simply be described as John Wick but from Poland, as you may have seen during the Nama Factory event.
But you
Kubal
have a
took on
windmill?
4
Do a
players
bit more
and
work to
completely
make it
eliminated
function. No, I
an
want to
entire
make a
base
new
by
one
himself.
outside.
However,
Should I
Nama
make a new
Factory
wrench
wasn't the
and get
only
rid of
event
it
the
and
PGS
move it?
participated in. The PGS would be involved in various other events, picking up members along the way. The PGS recruited Sailor in the December 2022 event called Project Townie. He was a good fighter, but he also convinced PGS public enemies Actobite to play with him for 3 weeks before blowing up his base and giving his coordinates to the PGS. This earned him Arbiter rank for his trolling capabilities. Another new recruit called Mimi XP, who is Another new recruit known as Mimi XP was a part of the PGS's new spy network, a new division created out of autism. Mimi XP and a few arbiters would manage a massive spy network recruited by Zalgo, who had basically recruited from Reddit. The result was the Vanadium Gear Corporation, or VGC, consisting of about 15 people. They would be tasked with joining other teams by pretending to be related to nobody, while secretly funneling information to the PGS. Overall, spying and manipulation would be a large part of diplomacy early on. The PGS were getting very large, and unsurprisingly, they were not exactly very united. They are the largest team on the server by far, big enough to have internal drama, and if people don't get along, things can become catastrophic. So we shall see if they can cooperate enough to win this event.
I think I have a bit.
The PGS also had many allies. Zalgo and Sailor would seek out teams who also played GregTech. Aside from the extensive spy network managed by Mimi XP, the PGS was allied with the ROG, also known as the Republic of Greg. You may recognize the ROG for participating in the Nama Factory event, becoming the second most advanced team on the server back then. This proved their competence to the PGS, and the ROG was happy to have a powerful team on their side. Another ally of the PGS would be the Republic of New
I need
Horizons,
more of that.
a new team that had just been created on day 0. We are really getting creative with these names now. It was a group of approximately 20 people that had beaten GregTech New Horizons, a feat that requires playing every day, 10 hours a day, for over a year. Supersymmetry would be a snooze fest compared to GTNH for these deranged players. The leader of Ron, known as Star Lost, had his own overly ambitious world domination plans, perhaps being even more power-hungry than Zalgo himself. Operation Final Horizons, Operation Lone Star, all of which involved making 9 trillion nukes and destroying the server or something. Based on this information, the PGS decided they were a good ally. There are also many other smaller teams that had formed on day 0, but they are not important to the story yet. The people lucky enough to have already escaped spawn started getting resources, like gravel, copper, tin, and coal. Unlike normal Minecraft, ore deposits in supersymmetry are huge. Each deposit contains up to 10,000 blocks of ore. People with less experience with GregTech would simply wait around or begin collecting massive amounts of resources. Copper and tin can be crushed into dusts, which can then be combined to make bronze. Bronze was the main material to unlock the first tier of GregTech, the Steam Age, featuring steam machines. Steam machines would be required to make rubber, which is required to make electronic
Dungeons.
circuits. A very important resource, as you shall see
Sorry?
in approximately 30 seconds. Greg Tech has massive amounts of micro-crafting.
Vanilla
Some
structures.
teams
Oh,
will simply do
that's
billions
fine
of
then.
crafts manually, while others made massive setups
Then
to
this
make
is very hard
everything
to make, no?
automatically.
I
This
just have
obviously
to
took more time in the short term, but would prove to be very
try.
useful in the long term, because later machines require more than 10,000 steel. So this is the PGS's steel engine, a schizophrenic abomination of about 20 machines which all work together to automatically make steel. Once teams obtain steel and electronic circuits, they can then push forward to LV, the
Where's my
second tier in
wrench?
the game, and after reaching the electric age, players can unlock the weapons factory, allowing them to make guns. The PGS
Okay,
reached
then
low
I can
voltage at
right
about
click
8
and
a.m.,
destroy them.
so Kubo and Sailor were equipped with basic bolt-action rifles and told to explore. What Sailor found was the base of a small team called the Islamic People's Republic of Greg, or the IPROG for short. Since Sailor was Muslim, he really took offense to this. Just like in medieval times, the main cause of conflicts wasn't real stuff like resources, but petty arguments between leaders of nations. It was essentially assholes killing assholes for personal reasons, with normal members of society working to support these conflicts.
then
The
I right
equipment
click.
produced by the progression team was funneled to the fighting team to do whatever they
Oh,
want,
nice.
and a few hours later, the PGS would attack Eprog. Eprog was unsurprisingly getting annoyed at being spawn camped, and they demanded to speak to the manager. Sailor would agree to stop murdering them if Eprog handed all their primitive steam machines over. Since refusal would lead to more spawn camping, Eprog agreed to this deal, but the PGS didn't even need these primitive machines. Sailor simply wanted to punish those he didn't like, but while the PGS were busy antagonizing people, someone discovered their base and knocked at their front door.
Hey, Obama.
Yeah.
I think I found a base.
What?
It's a person that's online. It's WhatsApp too.
Stream.
You ready? It's time for basing.
No fuck.
Wait,
No fucking way.
wait, it's PGS.
Oh, no.
Fucking way we found PGS base.
Battery directly to
Fucking
the...
hilarious.
No
No, you can't. Well,
fucking way. WhatsApp is PGS.
fine. Let's
Yeah,
just
they're
on top here.
PGS.
Find a different way down. Find a different way down. Just say my face when I accidentally find PGS
No,
base.
no, do not. They...
Probably
I think
yes.
this is
it's
a
like
beneath
same.
base.
Oh, you know what you should do? If you actually go there and you see people, you should do?
It's BGS.
Shoot them one time and then leave. Like immediately run the fuck away. Just let them. Actually, don't even make it known that we know where it is. Don't even
HV
make it known.
power source. I need better cables. Okay. What is the better cable? Like iron cable or insulate? 2 times insulated. Oh, there's fog. The fog is coming. The fog is coming. The fog is coming.
Do not let...
He already got
They're already shooting at me.
Oh,
frick.
Just run.
we need to be real,
Without the
real down
guidebook.
low about it. As soon as we have missiles, we will focus on every
Eat behind that tree. Eat behind that tree. Behind that tree, scope in and see if you can see who it was.
I can't. Oh
No,
yeah,
just-
there's people here.
Just get the hell out of there. That's like your priority right now.
Wait. Turn around, see if they can actually see you. See if they can actually see you. Because if they have hardcore darkness, you're fine.
Oh, it's turning day.
Oh, then get the fuck out of there, yeah.
Which one is the IC2
But
guide
to
book?
attack the PGS, this was the GGI,
Oh, there we go.
also known as the Goofy Goober Industries. Initially, the team would choose to stay neutral as part of Ender Reaper 64's orders, while all members would speedrun technology at the expense of everything else. After setting up their base in the underground, each team member would be assigned to a different task for the first few hours to make progress as fast as possible. But beyond the first few hours, there wasn't much of a plan, and GGI member Super Obama found
Aluminum
this to be
cable.
boring.
I can
Other than
make
a
refined iron
PGS,
cable then.
he would be the only other gamer to have actual hands-on experience on supersymmetry. Super Obama completed the primitive and the steam age in 2 hours, a feat that was quite impressive by supersymmetry standards, and as a former 2B2T player, he was unsurprisingly quite bloodthirsty, caring little about rules or peace. He wanted higher tiers of technology so he could commence killing for the main purpose of having fun, and the secondary boring purpose of getting resources or something. Unfortunately, killing people required weapons which requires resources, but Super
Where's my
Obama had
refined
a plan to
iron?
acquire resources. He would use the technique known as yelling at people to do stuff. If he wanted iron,
That's funny.
he would yell at someone to mine iron.
For whom the
If
bell
he needed
tolls?
weapons,
Isn't that
he would have
the
someone craft weapons. Since Super Obama was several
Oliver?
orders of magnitude
What?
more commanding than Ender Reaper,
I was going to say
Super
Oliver
Obama
Twist,
would
but
effectively
Charles
replace
Dickens?
Ender Reaper as
Maybe?
leader, since he
I
was
forgot.
the only one giving clear instructions.
Where's my
This
refined iron?
transformed the GGI from a team of randoms who had parkouring around base doing
Where
nothing
is it?
syndrome into Super Obama's personal serfdom,
Oh.
which was unironically making technological progress much faster. And now, the PGS
there's
base
this.
was compromised, as Ender Reaper gave the PGS coordinates to Super Obama, who then proceeded to leak it to the public to troll them. Super Obama then proceeded to flame the PGS in public for various reasons. He was really wanting to make enemies to make things interesting. But while Sailor was fighting them on the surface, all members of the PGS removed their machines and stuffed everything into transportable storages, and planned to move their base to the Nether to make it concealable. The exploration team of the PGS had previously explored the Nether. In supersymmetry, you don't reach the Nether by making a portal. Instead, you only have to dig
Actually,
down.
wait.
First, you need
I'll
to
get
reach
the,
the bottom
uh,
of the overworld,
Copper cables
which
too, and only
contains
use
portal
iron
blocks that
to bring
teleport
down
you to the beneath,
the
a massive
windmill.
cave dimension filled with ores and hostile mobs. Then, you dig 250 blocks through the beneath dimension,
And
leading to
blocks.
the Nether. And at the beginning of
Hello,
the day,
Jurgens.
several PGS
Welcome.
workers had already dug multitudinous tunnels and bunkers throughout the Nether, in case they needed an emergency escape later on.
Transformers?
This would
Okay.
prove to be very useful. But Super Obama had other ideas. He had been camping at the PGS
Change
base,
game
waiting
categories.
to see their next move. And when he saw
Yeah,
them leaving,
I made
Obama decided
Hishi
to follow them
Amazon
to see what trolling he
2
could do.
power, and she has 6 stamina, so I'm fine with that. She has ignited power too. Oh, I see. Wait, then I'll make some in my furnace. I can't make it here. Okay. Wait, I'll put them here for now because it's confusing me. Okay, that's fine. Copper, copper.
Get fucked. Hey PGS, check your nether claims. Idiots.
Obama. You might not recognize it, but you're done for.
Oh. Oh, it's bronze? Question mark? No, it's copper.
It wasn't even one
Oh, I don't
day
have
ago,
enough.
and several major teams on the
Oh.
server were at war for various stupid reasons. But it wasn't
Wait,
over
I'll
for the
put them
PGS yet.
just
Super Obama made a
enough
minor
for the
miscalculation yesterday. His
extractor
plan was
and
to follow the PGS and
isolators.
claim their new base, but he missed the actual PGS base location by 500 blocks, so the PGS would simply shrug it off and plan to acquire more technology to become more powerful. Planet Me started to prepare for the next tier of technology, medium voltage. Medium voltage is when the game starts to go from difficult to outright schizoid. Medium voltage machines are made using aluminum, which requires
Oh, I see. Thank you.
Each tier not only requires a new type of metal, but also a new tier of circuits. And the medium voltage circuits require you to make purified gallium and silicon blah blah blah, which totals over 25 steps. But at the moment, the workers of the PGS were currently in a rather bad
making
situation.
them, like,
They were in the Nether, which is
different,
an environment hostile to technology and
places
humans
because
in general.
it's
The
hard
beneath
to know.
wasn't much of an improvement, but at least farms could be built in that dimension, and
Oh,
water
right.
pumps still function.
Roof.
Mining was a different story due to ranging from lava pocket jump scares to falling into lava jump scares. These minor inconveniences would also slow down the PGS. This wasn't the case for the Republic of New Horizons. While the PGS tended to be more thoughtful about how exactly they wanted to build a factory.
Oh no,
the
I
Ron
have
used
not
brute
considered
force.
that. That's
If
very
something was
smart.
being produced too slowly, they would simply produce more of the thing that is used to produce the thing. It was that simple. The Republic of New Horizons would spam coke ovens and blast furnaces
it's very
all over
much,
their underground headquarters. Then they would
it's
simply
easier to know this
manually
way.
unload and refill them with more raw materials. This strategy would come to be known as parallelization, a word commonly used by these Greg-type New Horizons players. These strategies made the Republic of New Horizons as fast as the PGS when it came to progression. Luckily, the GGI had already dealt it by the end of day one, since Super Obama wanted to speed-run acquiring technology, for reasons you will see eventually. The GGI set up a machine line
What
to
was I
process
extracting?
bauxite
Oh,
into
right.
aluminum, making them the first team to advance into medium voltage, while the PGS lost a lot of time due to having to move their entire base. The PGS were behind, but the PGS and their allies would continue making more enemies on the server due to even dumber reasons. Very soon, while the workers of the PGS were working, the spy division of the PGS was attempting to spy. Keyword, attempting. Mimi XP attempted to infiltrate the Omega Society of Grapes and the
Hey!
GGI by joining himself. The OGS were a relatively small team, consisting of only 5 active players who were all already close friends, being closer to a secret society of Grey Tech players rather than a full-blown civilization. They were the second team to acquire aluminum, also by brute force. Mimi XP saw the OGS as a threat,
Easy.
but his spying would be short-lived, because there was another person on the server who was also into spying, Sean, the leader of the OGS. He had spies on the run and would reveal his spy if Star Lost, the leader of the run, exposed
Okay,
any
well, this
spies being used by
happens,
the run.
I'll make
Star Lost agreed to this
this
spy
stuff.
raid, and he decided to expose Mimi XP to everyone, while Sean just said a random name
Should I
from
make
the
the
run,
transformers
known as Leclerc.
close
To
to
stand
the
Star
windmill
Lost,
or close
Mimi
to
XP's
the
spying
cables?
career came to an end at a world record speed run of 1
Well,
day.
I made
Leclerc
30
was also
cables,
kicked
so
from the RONH, but when
30
Leclerc
iron cables,
complained,
I mean.
Star Lost quickly
So
found
I can
out
bring
that
it
he just
down
got
and
scammed.
then
His reaction to this
I can
information was to declare war on the OGS, due to NATO Article 5.
close
The
to the
RUG
windmill.
and the
Okay.
PGS would be involved in this war as well. After some
I'll
minor
make it like
discussions in some group chats,
20 blocks beneath,
this alliance was called the Balls
so
Alliance,
it's not so
which is
expensive.
weird.
Actually, I
because
can
there
make
are 3
more
teams,
iron
while most
cables
humans
though.
only have 2 balls.
Okay, what was I
Meanwhile,
doing?
the PGS's spying incompetence did not end with the OGS, because soon after, there would be another minor inconvenience. The PGS set their sights on another team, called Rhode Island. This team was different from the others. While most teams only accepted skilled players or friends, Rhode Island let anyone in. And while other teams made it their primary goal to get more advanced to become more powerful, Rhode Island's biggest concern was to create a safe haven for players. The leaders, Dr. Biko and
Okay,
person
so
unnamed,
enemy, and now
based
we
their
need
team on the
SHI.
ideas of open borders and neutrality, meaning they wouldn't make enemies or friends with anyone. In order to avoid annoying drama, they would encourage people to join if they didn't get accepted into any of the try-hard sweaty Greg Tech teams. Due to this, Rhode Island grew into one of the biggest teams on the server. Sailor liked Rhode Island due to their hospitality, a rare sight to see on this event. You may have noticed that while other arbiters tended to do diplomacy based on what useful benefits could be obtained from other teams,
I can't make it
Sailor
that way.
tended to do diplomacy based on his personal values, and he began talking with their leaders in private to befriend them. But other people in the PGS chain of command did not view Rhode Island very highly, leading to a conflict of
Do have
interest.
bronze skill. What do
Since
you mean?
Rhode Island was open
Oh,
to
it's
everyone,
copper.
their security was quite weak, so PGS arbiter MTBO secretly decided to deploy spies there. Sailor had no idea of this occurring since MTBO kept everything to himself, leading to this disaster. You see, all machinery beyond the steam age required electricity, and at the beginning, the best way to acquire electricity was to use coal to boil water into steam, which is fed into a steam turbine to generate electricity, which is fed into machines using cables. But if boilers are not managed properly, this can happen.
Hello, Asura. Is it proper? Yeah.
PGS spies misunderstood instructions given by MTBO, leading them to blow up Rhode Island's bronze boiler by cutting off its water supply, leading to superheated steam ultra-hyper expanding at 4 quintillion miles per hour, leading to yet another
That was
massive
easy.
Discord hyper argument between Sailor, MTBO, and the spies. However, instead of continuing the PGS's streak of making random enemies, Rhode Island decided to forgive PGS for what they have done. Due to their neutrality policy and friendship with Sailor, the only consequence was that the PGS's spies were dismissed by Sailor and publicly shamed. By this point, you have seen most major teams currently on the server, which have all interacted with each other by
Shucks, I
now
wanna
either
gamble
through
too.
alliances, accidents, or fighting. The PGS and their allies were now
I
against
can't be
several
killed,
enemies,
yeah.
including those that were in higher technological tiers than them, and the Balls Alliance were losing spies left and right to retardation. Their attempts at covert operations had all been foiled by incompetence. But there was one last hope. Ron miraculously had one last spy in OGS. Ron member Alien Killer was actually a spy deployed by the OGS in reality. But he wasn't just a normal spy. Alien Killer wasn't the type of person to remain loyal to any team, being more of a mercenary, and Alien Killer ended up switching sides after seeing that the Republic of New Horizons was more powerful. Once this was discovered, Starlost added him to the OGS attack plan discussion, where Alien would prove his loyalty to the Ron by giving the coordinates to the OGS space. Alien, Sailor, Starlost, and MemeXP would then discuss the actual raid plan, involving various schizophrenic battle formations including the inverted crescent from the Battle of Timebara, with Sailor and MemeXP leading the charge consisting of Ron members. This was a cool plan and all. But we shall see just how well the Balls Alliance could work together in reality, in Day 3.
Oh my god.
We should just build a ghetto base, bro. Like,
Where in the world is everyone?
we're in primitive age, on God.
We're in primitive age right now. We're at negative 15,000, negative 5,000, negative 50.
There's nothing to raid, bro.
What in the world is going on?
Just come negative 15,000 and negative 5,000. We're just building out the base.
Just keep me in FTB teams. I can keep track of quest book from one of you.
Oh, well, we already moved everything.
I feel like it's honestly possible, like, that he's a... He's a mole.
This guy's voice is
Okay,
so cringe.
so the fact is that we
It's
didn't
so
get
funny.
Ronage courts despite him being there and him. Like, what was that excuse that he's been there but never noted
That's
courts
standard. Just one hint
when you're a
too.
spy?
Okay, he's literally a spy, dude. Were you never recording ever?
No, I don't record crap. I can tell
Thank
you
you,
exactly
thank
what
you.
they're talking about. I don't know what they're doing.
Can you screen share though?
Sure, I guess. I don't know how I feel
Losing
right now.
confidence on yourself.
There.
What was I gonna do?
Oh. Oh.
You're so fucking dumb, dude.
No,
No, yeah,
I'm not
actually
trying
dumb.
to. I actually haven't checked my messages really.
1 second.
Look, I don't know what's going on anymore. I'm really tired. No, I actually don't know what's going on. I'm really tired. I might actually just go to sleep. I honestly might just go to sleep.
Nah, yeah, I'm sorry, bro. You're not going to base.
I'm not doing anything though. Literally, I'm extremely tired.
Okay, leave this base. Leave this, like,
Okay.
We just gotta move
Okay,
it out.
okay. Okay, let's go. Get post. We just have to leave.
Okay, so what direction? North?
No. For now, keep going northwest, but it's obvious, like, they'll know we're gonna keep moving that way, right? So eventually we'll move. Right now, we just have to run.
Okay, so we have, like, a very few minutes.
36 is fine, right?
Today is the
Oscar
day.
performance so
Sailor,
true. I couldn't feel
How
that
is
coming
yours
at
progress?
all.
The fighters you chose are getting ready. Alien, is it possible we delay the raid by around 30 minutes? We need, like, a bit more to prepare for the raid.
I don't have time. Damn it, they moved.
God no. Got the new coordinates?
I am traveling there right now.
Okay. How far?
5,000 blocks away.
Alien, can you send the coordinates here? It's just to plan a new meeting location.
Well, get them now. They caught me due to your Discord announcements.
What do you mean? Oh. Uh-oh.
Cake
I need
crunches.
a gun.
Food.
And the gun I want is the
Let's go
flamethrower.
to a different DC.
We have dynamite.
go right
we
now.
have grenade.
Okay, I made
coordinates.
that.
Where is
I've
the
only made
flamethrower?
3 shields.
That's awesome.
Flamethrower answer.
I have
Where
it.
is
Do
all
we
the
have
stuff?
Just grab the
No.
light machine
It
gun.
is mine.
All of the shit's still here.
Wait, so what's the... What is actual... Okay, Afghan chap, what is the actual meeting location? Do you do it actually here? Because Afghan is just speaking
You can eat a boat.
Did I make it 2 times installated or? That would be a parrot. I'm a cat already, duh. Should I make it 2 times or 1 times installated? Okay. Oh wait, actually get me those two.
I'm there right now. No one's with me though.
Oh, I should have gotten water bucket.
I'm literally trying to hunt them down right now. They're not on this island. They have moved somewhere else.
I mean, obviously someone is spying, right? Because if someone linked it either from the
Jungle. King of the jungle.
Chat. Someone has just dynamite. Blow it up.
Dynamite drop it?
I don't know, but it doesn't hurt trying.
I mean, just make sure they don't get it back.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I don't give a shit about Steam machines and stuff. Just nuke it.
We have wrenches, right?
The raid was sheer chaos.
In adulthood,
The
Sigma,
time bar
so
formation
true.
was obviously not used. Instead, the run as fast as possible and random groups formation was utilized, but it was too late. The OGS would taunt the Balls Alliance for their incompetence, and the person who was blamed for the failure of the Balls Alliance was Alien Killer. Alien Killer believed he would have an easier life in the run, but he would become the punching bag of the team. This didn't change the fact that the OGS were tens of kilometers away, and were now in a frozen wasteland near the southern border of the world. The new base was a secret underground bunker. It was basically a Hyperborean research facility / meth lab, where they would set up their machines. However, the long move cost the OGS massive amounts of time, setting them behind the rest of the world. The failed OGS raid was an embarrassment for the Balls Alliance, and it would probably be bad if the rest of the world saw them as weak, so they would simply continue grinding progression. Soon after, the PGS reached medium voltage.
Should I
Things
make
would only
a,
get harder from here, as each tier is exponentially more
should I
autistic in
make
terms of technologies
a
mentioned.
roof for these
The
two?
progression team was forced to craft as many circuits and components as possible to fuel Planet Me's dream of automating production of every element. This included Mimi XP and MTBO, who had been demoted to McDonald's worker status now
But
that
you
the
need
spy
to make a
division was
rotor.
mostly
Okay.
useless. By the middle of day 3, automation of polyethylene, also known as plastic, as well as the advanced silicon electronics blah 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 were almost ready. This would help the PGS acquire high voltage, which will be elaborated on later. Unlike the GGI and the OGS, the PGS actually cared about things other than technology. A team with only technology was weaker than a team that invested in all aspects
my
of
gosh.
society. This would include
stupid, I forgot
transportation.
my
Reggie
water
was
bucket.
grinding away at making the 1,500 blocks of concrete and 3,000 ingots of steel required to make the railroad assembly station. As he liked trains, this would be an important part of the PGS's future plans, which involves connecting all 3 bases of the Balls Alliance by rail. The Republic of New Horizons would contribute to this plan, by having their members grind their own concrete and steel to make a train station. Meanwhile, the GGI was still speed-running progression at the cost of everything else. They had garbage automation and garbage infrastructure, with one exception, their weapons manufacturing system. Indeed, the GGI's main motivation for advancing was so they could begin manufacturing weapons in their home, and one of their latest additions was the large weapons factory, which is the weapons factory,
Why can't you
but
vote?
bigger. It can be used for making even more powerful trolling weapons in the future, known as intercontinental ballistic missiles. To support this, Gregorius Fred
Oh,
would
right,
set
right,
up
right,
a chemical factory for the sole purpose of mass-producing kilotons of trinitrotoluene, also known as TNT, the main ingredient of these aforementioned explosives. But who was going to get exploded by the GGI? The GGI and the PGS were still enemies after the Day 1 incident, and the GGI were secretly planning to raid them and their allies, the world's most powerful teams banding together to ensure
Okay,
dominance.
so-
Super Obama found it boring, and he would make it his goal to not only troll the PGS, but their allies.
Okay,
Super
so-
Obama decided to start with targeting Rhode
SHI.
Island due to its reputation of being easy to join. Super
Who?
Obama began acquiring info on them by conversing with Dr. Biko, while all information obtained from
And me?
conversations was relayed back to the GGI. Rhode Island had just moved from their overworld base to the side of a massive cave system in the beneath. On the inside, it would appear the team was at around low voltage. As it turns out, the leaders of Rhode Island were not exactly knowledgeable about Greg Tech, so they set some rather vague goals for each day. It was up to a Rhode Island member named Olivier 509 to tell
Oh, no.
people what to grind and what to make to actually reach the goals. But secretly, Olivier wasn't exactly fond of the leaders. In his journal, he wrote that in his 6 years of playing Minecraft events, he had never seen such incompetence.
Yeah, I
He disagreed
see.
with the leaders' decisions to let anyone in, which was why he thought they had spies and useless members in the first place. And he also disagreed with Rhode Island getting closer to the PGS. One of the main reasons Olivier joined this team was because of Rhode Island's original promise of staying neutral with everyone. So he used his influence within the team to talk the leaders out of accepting Sailor's offer of being assimilated into the PGS. This is because Sailor offered to build machines, give resources, and
Oh,
protect
the
Rhode Island. In
gambling.
return for taxes and drafting members in
Well,
case
is it
BGS
soon
got
enough,
into any
or
wars,
is it?
an offer that Olivier would convince the leaders to reject, because he feared the PGS taking advantage of them. Olivier wanted
Wait,
to
actually,
avoid as many future messes
give me the
as
wrench.
possible. Little did they know about the incoming mess that would happen anyways.
Where's
As
the
part of
wrench
his
at?
plan to manipulate Rhode Island, Super Obama gave Rhode Island the news that there was a hidden team called the CIA, which had reached high voltage, an insane feat nobody else had done. Super Obama also theorized that this aforementioned CIA was possibly targeting the GGI, because the CIA leader, Excel, was messaging vague threats
Wait,
to the
guys,
GGI.
BRB.
He then claimed that the GGI
Oh, what the helly? What the helly? Hello? I have to restart the app. Fuck. Oh, I was here. I just needed to use my phone a bit, so. Okay, it's working now. Oh, wait, I'm too small. Wait. Okay, that's fine. Medius? Who's Medius? Oh, the model, yes.
I would possibly need to seek refuge in Rhode Island due to the CIA. This led Dr. Biko to give out their base coordinates in case of emergency. Mission accomplished. But how did Super Obama prove the existence of the CIA? The GGI had received an item from the CIA, titled "The CIA Sends Its Regards." The item was a microprocessor circuit. This was relayed to the Rhode
Can you
Island
rotate it?
leaders, causing them
This
to
much.
inform Saylor about the CIA. Saylor then proceeded to
What
frame
were you
it in the
doing?
PGS
If
base.
that's not private.
Even Zelgo, the creator of supersymmetry, could believe it. No one on the server was even close to that level.
That is legitimately impossible. Neither the PGS, the ROG, or the RONH managed to get to high voltage yet. And we have people with great knowledge of both supersymmetry and Greg Tech in general.
Rather than agreeing that the CIA was a common threat to deal with,
Should I
the
make
members
the
of the
MV
PGS
to
would proceed to argue.
LV
Kubel stated
more
that
separate
unreliable
because I want
information
another
from an
floor where
unreliable source
it's only
passing through
MV.
a reliable team did not mean it was reliable information. This argument would then devolve into
Oh, I
messages
forgot to take the
asking
wrench
for
with
ICBM
me.
bombardment, counter-arguments saying they were too trigger-happy, the classic accusations of projection, all eventually ending with people rage-quitting because the conversation was going nowhere. The PGS had just experienced politics, but if there was one thing the PGS could agree on, it was that they needed to squeeze information out of
You
the
can
CIA.
branch it out later?
The
Okay.
PGS attempted to use the remains of their spy network to investigate. Exposed spies were obviously not allowed to be on other teams anymore, so those spies simply created their own base, where they could at least store and manufacture some basic equipment, and these retired spies could still be useful. PGS arbiters MTBO and Bruburu would task these spies with figuring out who the CIA were, so these people would get to work with what little information they had. CIA member McAnew had 45 hours of playtime. 45 backwards is 54. 54 is divisible by the sum of its digits in 21 bases, meaning it is a harsh number. What is the meaning of this information? Absolutely fucking nothing. The
Yeah, I was
PGS
thinking
spies
it was
figured
nothing.
out basically nothing by the end of the day. But just before the server closed, this happened.
What the fuck? What the fuck happened? How? Oh my god, again?
I was trying to give it water.
What did you do?
What did you do?
This wasn't just a normal explosion, because CIA leader Imexcel had something to say about this. Whoever the CIA were, they were not friendly, and they had their eyes on the GGI, Rhode Island, and possibly the Balls Alliance. It was unknown how much the CIA knew, and the extent of the CIA's
Is this
technology
roof enough?
was also unknown. As Saylor put it, the PGS basically got threatened by a shadow government they didn't even recognize yet, leading to an
Yeah, we
uneasy
made
atmosphere.
some.
Going into day 4,
We made a Hishi Amazon.
the threat of the CIA
That's
loomed over the entire server.
rival.
The PGS, Rhode Island, and the GGI were nervous, and the PGS intended to get ahead of the CIA. The daily goals demanded by the arbiters were getting increasingly ridiculous, so the working conditions in the PGS were looking more and more like a Chinese sweatshop, but with no suicide nets. Players were required to play 12 hours a day, every day, until the event ended with a PGS victory. If you did not play, you would get reprimanded by Zelgo. Complete loyalty to the PGS and insane quantities of grinding allowed the PGS to make their first mega drill, a machine which requires several kilotons of steel to make. This machine would mine nearly infinite amounts of material from infinite deposits such as the These aforementioned infinite deposits were simply patches of rock scattered around the world, and they worked almost the same as Factorio deposits, as putting the mega drill over them would automatically extract tens of ores per second. This was a major advancement. Countless hours would be saved, since people no longer needed to manually mine. But ore drills were just one part of the plan. Oil was also about to be important. Oil deposits can be located using a fluid prospector, and extracted with fluid drills. The Republic of New Horizons already located oil, building an underground oil pipeline spanning about 1 kilometer to transport oil to their base, where it would be processed into petrochemical substances colloquially known as diesel, fuel, ethylene, and so on. Chemicals were beginning to be more common in technology besides simply metals, especially in making fuels. The old days of burning coal to fuel boilers was gone. The combined cycle, which is a reference to real life,
The chemical
would be utilized from now on.
modpack
Liquid
seems
fuels are
interesting.
combusted in gas turbines to produce heat, which is used to boil water to spin yet another turbine. The exhausts can then be released or put through a schizophrenic chain of condensers, expanders, heat exchangers, radiators, and apocalyptic quantities of thermodynamics. This would be the main source of energy moving forward. Using the technology from the progression team, the PGS military team started to produce medium voltage weapons, such as assault rifles, thermobaric explosives, and even chemical weapons like chlorine gas vials. But despite all the progress being made by the Balls Alliance, Zalgo was still uneasy due to the existence of the CIA. He was paranoid the CIA would target the Balls Alliance based on what little information they gathered
Super
yesterday.
Symmetry,
So Zalgo would call a meeting in the
server
Balls
movie
Alliance
something.
to discuss the CIA. The GGI and all the other enemies of the PGS would be ignored for now. Defending against the CIA was a top priority, and Zalgo's plan was to connect all three bases of the Alliance together for closer cooperation. Regent started manually mining a tunnel to the other line bases, a process which would require about 12,000 uses of the left click and would eventually drive him insane. There was only his hammer, and the black, retextured, nether rack around him for multiple hours on end. After 5 hours, the tunnel to the Republic of Greg was completed. These tunnels would allow the members of the Balls Alliance to easily visit each other for trading purposes, with steel being supplied to the PGS to build the railway, and with weapons being donated whenever it was deemed necessary. But you can't forget that Zalgo was still a supersymmetry developer, a position which would lead to funny actions. Zalgo conjectured that the CIA was using an exploit for power and were progressing insanely quickly because of that. Zalgo quickly used his developer powers to push an update to supersymmetry which fixed the thermodynamics problem. To be more specific, he changed the power outputs of various turbines and fuels. This broke the power systems of a few teams around the server, but this was justified by Zalgo, saying that those teams violated thermodynamics anyways. Conveniently, the PGS were left unharmed as Zalgo believed they were playing supersymmetry the right way. Zalgo was going insane.
Well, they violated the thermodynamics. They learned about it the hard way. I had to study for 5 months, and I still remember when my thermodynamics professor told me to quit physics.
While the Balls Alliance were distracted by the CIA and were busy preparing for a possible attack, the GGI were about to reach high voltage. This would unlock far superior weapons, including machine guns, sniper rifles, and more destructive explosives. But it would also require stainless steel, the main material of high voltage machinery. Luckily, GGI member Super Obama would draft a specific plan for progression on July 28, specifically, continuing their habits of planning only for the short term instead of the long term. They would get only exactly what they needed. Miners would be sent to mine Kimberlite, iron, cobalt, fluorite, iron, nickel, manganese, ferrosilicon, ferrochrome, quicklime, fluorite, oxygen, and
Child
nitrogen
labor.
would be used to create carburized stainless steel, which would be turned into real stainless steel in an advanced arc furnace. As for the insane power requirements for feeding these furnaces, the GGI would simply spam geothermal energy. Lava from drilling rigs in the nether would be dumped into massive boiler arrays for Brobdingnagian quantities of steam, which would be consequently dumped into large steam turbines to produce 16,000 energy units per second. With this newfound electricity, the GGI would gather around the arc furnace, as the first stainless steel on this planet would be produced by this team. Now that high voltage was unlocked, more overpowered guns and explosives could be crafted by the GGI, but this would come at a cost. There was barely any automation in the base, with machines being spread out everywhere and materials being put in random chests around the base. Super Obama was getting distracted by how abysmal the GGI headquarters were, so he would postpone his attack on Rhode Island until the GGI got their stuff together. The server was preparing for war. Some were excited to attack, while some were preparing for an attack. But what they didn't know
If I
was
remove
just
the
how
cables
destructive
here,
wars could get. now that people
would it
were getting
still
serious
transfer?
weapons.
Wait, let me see.
It was the 5th day of the server, and
Oh, it
none of the
doesn't.
teams so far had been annihilated. But today, the PGS would finally decide to attack the GGI tomorrow. While the GGI was busy fixing their
Yeah.
base before raiding Rhode Island, the PGS and their allies were still at medium voltage. But
No,
Sailor had an
No,
idea.
I'm locked in.
Super
I'm sorry.
Obama
I'm
was
sorry.
constantly
I was.
flexing how far ahead the
Oh, I'm
GGI
sorry.
were, and how easy medium voltage was. And the
read
PGS
the chat
still
for
had
so
to
long.
get revenge on the GGI for annoying them on day 1. So if they raided the GGI and took their high voltage technology for themselves, the PGS would jump ahead of the CIA. The PGS were slowly burning
Okay,
out
I'll
as they
turn
acquired
on
high
my
voltage.
voice.
At some point, Planet Me was
Is it
almost
better now?
crying in voice chat because of the sheer complexity
Okay,
of
so they are playing a mod pack, and it's like anarchy server, and basically it's like real chemistry, and yeah, and they can make guns, and they need to make like to make iron. They need to make so many stuff. Oh. Yeah, that's like you need to chemically make iron before you do it, you know? Did you get it? Or should I explain it more? Thank you. The politics in that video. So, they raid each other, and they have spies, and there's a Muslim team, and there's People's Republic of something. There's other stuff. I don't know. I couldn't tell you. We are not engineers like you. So, um, 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 yes, Greg Tech mod pack and Super Symmetry actually, but they are doing the Greg Tech mod pack, like they are doing IC2, I guess, but they need to finish Greg Tech first to make other stuff. Where's my stuff? Did I get it? I guess I got it. It's just a bunch of teams killing each other. Yeah. I couldn't really make that up. I couldn't really articulate it. Yeah. That's about it, yeah.
The things going on in his head, but it would all pay off soon. After getting delayed by some lava blowing up their stainless steel production, the PGS finally unlocked high voltage. The PGS would then manufacture sniper rifles, which would be given to Sailor. This would be a part of their plan to raid the GGI. Instead of an overly complicated plan like the OGS attack plan, Sailor would simply bring himself and a gun. However, when Sailor discussed this with Rhode Island, the leaders of the team, as well as Rhode Island member Le Clown, wanted to join the raid to possibly acquire a bit of loot for Rhode Island, which Sailor agreed to. All they needed now was information on the GGI, which they already had. As it turns out, GGI member Do Not Sus was actually sus. As he was a sleeper agent working with the PGS, he would give the coordinates to the base, and he would clear an entrance to the base to let Sailor in tomorrow. While Sailor murdered everyone inside GGI headquarters, the members of Rhode Island would wait for the GGI to respawn and spawn camp them so they couldn't
We
do
are watching
anything.
the guy's
Once all the
biography.
machines were stolen, everyone would leave.
That's crazy.
What are you doing?
And what does it look like it fucking is, person?
Is that you? We have a famous person in chat, right?
Yeah, why does Vito have no armor?
No idea. I do have armor, but it's just hidden.
Unpowered seam. So this is a Rhodes attack, basically. Everyone here who's attacking is technically a Rhodes member.
Yep, you are a Rhodes member. We're
That
trying to
might
get
be
sneaky
me.
until we actually get inside.
Do not suspect there any girls there, including trans girls. Like, at all.
Also, I like how you can
Yeah,
see me, but
I guess it's
like,
no
get
reason.
through. What are we doing?
I need to make more overclock upgrades.
Yeah, it's not working.
Okay, fuck it.
Oh my god.
Oh, we got it. We're under attack, bro. I told you guys.
What the fuck is this? Who left?
Yeah, we're under attack.
Respectfully, who left the damn doors open?
We're under attack. We're under attack.
Wait, Ryan.
Yeah. What did you guys do, bro? What did you guys actually do?
Who the fuck?
I wonder who opened the doors.
Guys,
Yeah.
which moron did this?
Where are you? Where is your skin? Which one is you?
Oh, time to steal.
You'll see me in a bit? Okay.
Time to try and break as much machinery as we can, or whatever. Hi, it's me.
Oh, that was fun.
So now what do we do?
Sailor, what the fuck?
I killed all the GGI.
You weren't here.
You have to progression reset them.
Yeah, we are. We are actively. The entire GGI is now dead. We have claimed their home block and they are now stuck. They are slaves of the PGS. I have...
Let's fucking go. Let's go.
Sailor moment.
Okay, we need the spy. We need the do not sus. You need to log on and dismantle the entire.
He knows.
Okay.
The clown made the new team and he claimed the area. Oh, what the fuck? Person at Ender. Oh, Ender Reaper. We're against him, right?
Yeah, but don't kill him.
I know that guy. Do not touch my
Bitch, my car.
Oh my god.
What the fuck is that?
Sorry guys, I'm playing so slowly because I'm watching the movie with so much excitement.
Okay, that's enough.
Oh yeah, not. Some of
Oh, the
okay,
cells
some
are
of the
there, I
cards got
think.
reclaimed.
Yeah.
Who is unclaiming? No, who's reclaiming them? Cause like. I don't know.
Okay, you need to let go, Sailor. Let go. Yes, we got them.
he was there? Wait, wait, wait. Oh my god, do not touch. Amogus. That's the guy. Ah. Hi. Absolute cinema, so true. Okay, but seriously, do not sus. What are the chances that you joined my Uma stream and I actually wanted to play Tekkit and you actually helped me and then you're an actually pro at this? What the heck? Are you my kind of autism too? We had the same kind of autism. You missed the epic shot. You minded like 40 seconds. Wait. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. That's the guy. That's the guy. That's the guy, bro. That's the guy. That's him. Maybe it's further back. Wait. More? Oh. More back. Okay. More. Okay. No scope. And it's a revolver at point blank distance. You were the last unexposed bio PGS network? Damn. Meet the spy. Wait, wait. Where is it? I'm trying to find your shot. He was actually sus after all.
Okay, that's enough for me.
Claiming no, who's
Yes,
Someone...
we got them.
Oh no. Wait, my phone. Wait. Meet the spy. Meet the spy. Dun dun dun. Always red spy. You now ascend. Really an epic moment, so true. Oh my god, Okay, we can watch it now. I need more tin.
Everything had gone according to plan. The GGI were now stuck at their spawn and getting massacred. The raiders had packed all of the GGI loot in a box using little tiled storages, which would be transported manually to the PGS space to increase their national GDP. However, while this
Wait, why is
trade
it so...
appeared to go
Oh,
well, things
because
weren't
it's out of...
exactly perfect behind the scenes. GGI
Space.
members saw Do Not Sus breaking machines, and he was promptly exposed in public. He was the last PGS spy to get caught, so the PGS no longer had the advantage of having spies in the future. However, Zalgo was impressed by the performance of his spies, so he decided to convert the PGS spies into actual PGS members, increasing the player count from 30 to about 45. Every spy was given the PGS space coordinates, where they would be given tasks to help with progression. This caused tensions between the old members and new members. Many of the old members, including Tilia B228, and Regin did not like the influx of new members. Kubal was just getting bored with the game and decided to quit altogether. Sailor was also getting annoyed, but for different reasons. Zalgo got too excited during the raid and leaked the GGI coordinates to get revenge, causing random people to come to the GGI base and take stuff for themselves. This included several RON members who stole technology that Sailor wanted. Sailor's loyalty was beginning to shift elsewhere, to Rhode Island, where he was being celebrated as a war hero. What the public didn't know, however, was that Dr. Biko and Person Unnamed were involved in their attack on the GGI. What would happen to their original promise of being neutral and attacking nobody? They would ignore this question, deciding to keep their involvement a secret. Dr. Biko would reassure the Rhode Island members that the destruction of the GGI was necessary, and that they should focus on other things like grinding. It shouldn't really matter anyways because the GGI were still stuck in their spawn trap. That was until Le Clown decided to use a flamethrower to spawn camp the GGI. Even though the spawn was made of wood, you can visualize what happened after that. Gravel from the ocean above fell onto the spawn, obscuring it and causing the GGI member's spawn point to reset. The GGI escaped in a world record of 1 hour,
Elsewhere?
and Le Clown wouldn't mention this embarrassing mistake to anyone, allowing the GGI to escape and disperse without anyone knowing.
He
But
quit
there is
after
one
Uma,
thing
I
you
think.
need to know, that the public didn't
don't know.
Super Obama had played a 4-dimensional game of chess with the entire server. This whole time, the CIA was actually the GGI. Let me explain. At around day 2, Super Obama had the idea to create a fake team
Super
to
Obama.
distract the server from the GGI. This hypothetical fake team would pretend to be super advanced and hostile to draw as
Was it
much
like this?
attention as
No.
possible, so that other teams would be concerned about this fake
Okay, we have
problem
enough
instead
now.
of focusing on the real problem, which was the GGI. And
copper
Super
cable.
Obama had a few GGI members, including McKinyu and MXL, pretend to be CIA members. They would be tasked with making vague threats to everyone else and acting unpleasant. The technology that the CIA had was actually just stuff produced by the GGI that MXL would take credit for. This entire plan somehow worked. People put far more scrutiny into the CIA than anything else, meaning less people would pay attention to the GGI without realizing what they were actually doing, including
I need more
Super
cables.
Obama's whole plan to backstab Rhode Island. The entire server had been psychologically manipulated about this, including Zelgo, who was beginning to go more and more insane from the events of this server. Despite their escape, GGI morale was quite low. Some rage quit the server, But Super Obama and some other GGI members unsurprisingly swore revenge ominously in public. They would be back eventually. For now, however, the rest of the server would get to enjoy a bit of peace.
What was it? This?
With the GGI out of their way, the PGS and their allies would simply continue progressing. The raid on the
I need to
GGI
do
made
alloy
the
smelter
PGS
first.
jump to high voltage, and
Where's
whatever
alloy
leftovers
smelter?
were
This one?
collected by Ron
Yes,
scavengers would
okay.
also boost them forward. The goal now was to reach extreme voltage, also known as Tier 5. The main metal required to advance this time was titanium, acquired by besides new metallurgical
Oh, it's
requirements.
not enough.
Electronics at the nanometer scale would be required for MOSFET technology, featured in extreme voltage tier circuits. This would require over 10 steps of chemical vapor deposition, ion implantation, electron beam lithography, and blah blah blah. Reaching extreme voltage would take several days, and it was a
Okay.
long-term goal we will be hearing about for a while. But
Oh,
Kennedy
I see.
anticipated this. He was working on acquiring heptacontillions of new types of chemicals, and he was busy constructing the oil engine, another abomination of about 50 machines that would extract every possible product from oil. But oil only had so many chemicals to extract. Biological sources had even more. A greenhouse would be constructed to automate wood products. But the progression team wasn't the only one suffering. You see, spending several days underground, surrounded by nothing but machinery and netherrack, can make someone insane. And Zalgo was getting more and more paranoid every day. After 3 straight days of digging and placing tracks, the Balls Alliance train network was
maybe?
finished by Regin. But Zalgo
No.
was beginning to question the existence of this tunnel. Having a massive train system directly leading to 3 bases was a security concern. If one person found one base, then they could easily find the other 2 bases, leading to a possible XK-class end of Balls Alliance scenario. So Zalgo ordered members to seal the first 500 blocks of the train tunnel while Regin
Turbine
was
blade,
asleep,
is this it?
so that every time he came online, he would have to redig the first 500 blocks. But while the major powers of the world were busy doing their own thing, there were many other smaller teams with their
Not
own
that one
history
either.
and politics. They would sometimes get involved in the affairs of larger powers. This is the Nami faction. They weren't exactly the best team or worst team. Having a
Oil,
decent base on a rather remote
recycler,
continent, everything
fine
that was
iron
going on
block,
around them
ore
felt like a
washing
side
plant,
story. The Balls Alliance,
Iridium.
the GGI, World Wars, all of these
Iridium
seemed like
rotor,
distant
is this it?
realities, until
It's
now. As
the
time passed,
rotor.
more and more of the world's
Reflector.
resources would be owned by the server's superpowers. The Nama faction accidentally stumbled
Rotor.
upon the
Yeah, you
mining
said
drills
it's
used by
rotor.
the Republic of Greg.
Okay.
Their reaction
said
to
it's
this
rotor.
information
But
was to
anyways.
secretly steal ores from the drill occasionally,
I'll make iron for
because
now.
there was nothing defending these drills, and also they had no idea who the Republic of Greg was, so they would continue robbing the rug and hope that nobody would notice. Unsurprisingly, these valuable ores would be the source of more conflict, and person unnamed
I'll
had
make
an
2
idea
actually.
to take advantage of these infinite deposits. Various higher
Who is
ranking
better than
Rhode
one, right?
Island members and PGS arbiters would come together to discuss plans to start a monopoly around infinite ore deposits. Using their advanced
I run?
technology, the plan was to have scouts
What?
find every
Where-
single
where are
infinite
you
ore
running?
deposit on the surface, and destroy as many of them as possible, leaving only the ones used by Rhode Island and their allies. As one of the more trusted individuals of Rhode Island,
Iron.
Olivier would witness what the leaders of his team were truly up to,
行く箇
and
所。
every other Rhode Island member was blissfully unaware of how their leaders were beginning to betray their principles. Now that they were rich and had major teams on their side, they would also officially speedrun finding loopholes
Iron.
around the original ideals
Iron.
of their nation. Person unnamed claimed that their plan was technically neutrality because everyone was being treated equally bad, and even then, Dr. Biko could simply talk to the PGS to do their dirty work for them. Since the PGS didn't need to stay neutral, the rest of the world wasn't
How'd they
exactly
place
too
it?
great either. With how far ahead the PGS and their allies were from the rest of the world, the fear of retribution from other teams was very small, so they decided to do whatever they want. Several random players would be put on the Balls Alliance kill on-site list, either just for funny reasons or other random reasons. This still included the Islamic People's Republic of Greg, which was basically a punching bag for the Republic of New Horizons whenever they wanted to let off some steam. Regin would also have La Demo Man killed for posting indecent imagery of the 13-year-old character Vriska from Holmes Tuck. When these minor teams were harmed, nobody panicked, but when an important team is impacted, suddenly everyone loses their minds. This is Mikkel, a Republic of New Horizons explorer, while Kubo
nothing
is
happened,
John Wick from
so
Poland. Mikkel is Kubo from America but more reckless, and when Mikkel accidentally
can I jump
stumbled
over there?
upon the
No, I
Republic
can't.
of Greg, he didn't recognize
Yeah,
who
hopefully
it was,
nothing
so he
exploded.
decided to break and enter. before proceeding to
Okay, then
turn
I'll
the
make
base into
another
a
wind
barbecue
turbine.
pit. The result was a massive drama and diplomatic
Why is
disaster
it-
because a certain group of people was targeted instead of an irrelevant one. It took several hours of yapping and apologies for people to finally calm down, but this won't be the last we will see Mikkel troll, as we will see in the coming days. This had been another day of
no.
business as usual, more plotting, more killing, more grinding, and they would simply rinse and repeat on the next days. But just as the server was about to close, something quite suspicious was about to occur.
Something quite sus, maybe?
Oh, say your...
This guy clearly owns a membrane keyboard. Oh my god! No, go to the machine room, go to the machine room, go to the machine room, go to the machine room. Blow up all their chests, blow up all their chests. Yeah, blow up all the machines.
Blow everything up.
Spam right click, spam right click, spam right click.
Spam right click. Get on a machine. Stop watching the past. Stop going on the past. Make actual machine. Make actual machine. Pick it all up. Pick it all up. Kill him.
Transformers are facing the wrong way? Okay.
What are you doing? Aim better. Oh my god. Take everything. Take all the machines up. Pick them all up.
Oh wait. Like down? Down? The side?
I didn't even do that much.
The one that should face the high energy cable. Okay.
Why do you attack us so much?
It's funny.
I don't think I care about anything else other than seeing the downfall of your team. And specifically, the downfall of you.
Okay, that's
Apparently
okay.
some fuck called Dr. Baiko appeared in the server with my skin. Please beware of them in the base. I usually don't go outside.
While everyone else believed the GGI were gone, one team was interested in reviving the GGI. This team was colloquially known as the Technological Republic of Lubin Liberty, abbreviated as the Troll Team, a medium voltage tier team led by 8. They hadn't been involved in anything major so far, but they were secretly watching the events of the server with great interest. When 8 heard about the GGI's downfall, he would reach out to Super Obama, offering to give the GGI access to their base, in return for combining forces to acquire technological progress at a much faster pace. Super Obama agreed, but as it turns out, there would be another team coming as well, the Omega Society of Creators. The OGS hadn't done anything interesting the past few days. They had
Hold
a
shift
rather
on the ladder? Oh, you
existence
can't do
during
that?
their time in their Hyperborean meth lab. This would be interrupted when Sean was suddenly contacted
multiple
by
dots should
Obama.
face the high
Obama
energy
was
cable.
talking to
Okay.
team leaders behind the scenes
Oh, I see.
and was interested in
Oh,
joining
I see,
forces
I
with
see.
people who were against the PGS. This proposition was discussed for a few hours in a voice call between the leaders, and in the end, Sean agreed to join the GGI, bringing whatever technology the OGS had. So Sean and his team would pack up their medium
Oh my
voltage
god, was it the wind
technology and begin the trek of 20 kilometers to the troll base, where GGI refugees were still arriving after swimming for hours. The situation was quite chaotic, as several GGI members were quite excited about going from being over to being so back in the matter of hours, and almost immediately after stepping foot in Troll Team, Wandering Hero demanded grenades, because the GGI had even more reason to target Rhode Island now, because of their involvement in the GGI raid, and this was Wandering Hero's genius mastermind plan to destroy Rhode Island.
Locate the Rhode Island spawn point and spawn kill every Rhode Island member approximately 4 or 5 times. Break the spawn point, kill everyone again. Steal the entire base, blow up the entire base, harass everyone in chat. 2 GGI members will pretend to steal Reef Island and allow the PGS to find them. Lose intentionally in a illegal way. Another GGI member will be hiding during this entire gunfight and will follow the PGS as they leave Rhode Island. This GGI member will follow the PGS back to their base, destroy the PGS, GGWP, and annex El Bozo.
This killing spree
I have
fantasy
electrocution or
explains how
drown.
average GGI member felt at the
Electrocution.
time, and it wasn't even the only
Because I
killing
got
fantasy.
electrocuted and it was kind of
GGI
fun to
members
be
like
H.
Gregorius Spread stated they simply wanted
So
to see
what do I
sailors
do with
suffer,
the
all because a PGS
what do I do
member
with
said
the
Del
high
Bozo.
HV one?
100% of
High
intrusive
voltage.
thoughts had been activated.
By the
and
way, guys, my
Wandering
phone is
Hero was
dying.
going to commence the plan now. He grabbed a few grenades and promptly began walking to Rhode Island. Wandering Hero then changed his in-game name to Dr. Bako and copied the real Biko's skin to make it seem like he was the real Dr. Biko. Wandering Hero then walked through Rhode Island's front door and grenaded everything while people
Cable
didn't
coming
notice he
from
was
the
fake.
windmill.
In the
Okay.
end, Super Obama would show up to announce his return, showing that the CIA were behind this attack. By this point, the troll team conglomeration went by many
Okay,
names,
it already
but
is,
Super
I
Obama
think.
would consider
Yeah.
this to be the sequel to the CIA. He would call it the FBI. They were outnumbered by the Balls Alliance, but Obama believed they had a chance. Their main mission now would be trolling the PGS, trolling the Balls
Let's check the
Alliance,
LV.
trolling
Okay.
Rhode Island, trolling everyone, and by that, I mean destruction. For the main purpose of having fun, and the
It is
secondary
working.
purpose of getting revenge or something. So the FBI would get to work grinding massive amounts of weapons, and grinding new technology to unlock new weapons for the future. The existence of the FBI was concerning. But Rhode Island decided to stand their ground. They were going to defend the land they had occupied for most of the server's existence. This would go along with propaganda, with person unnamed calling
Okay,
the
so the
FBI
energy-
tyrannical anarcho-capitalist
Okay.
group out to get them. Due to
No,
this,
windmill
all
one-
efforts would
one
be redirected to survival.
because I
After
did do
being
it.
betrayed by several people over the course of their existence, Rhode Island would stop their open border policy.
Did I break the
According
generators
to
then?
person unnamed, very few people would be accepted from now on. Rhode Island would also begin building fortifications around their base. Besides the wall between the base and the surrounding massive cave system, there would be 2 more cobblestone walls. Certain materials
Alright,
would also
another
be
wind
reserved
turbine.
for defenses. Rhode Island used to allow their members to build whatever they want. But starting now, stainless steel and sulfuric acid would be reserved for making weapons. This was half 1984, which is 992. Rhode Island would also react to the Rhode Island terrorist attack by commencing the Minecraft manhunt for the FBI. Members would basically be drafted to do work necessary to protect them, including infamous Rhode Island member LeClown Dude 23,960, who would search 12 hours a day. They already had a few ideas on
I
where
had
to
cable?
search.
Oh no,
based
I
on
didn't. I don't
possible
cable,
hits
right?
From old messages by Obama. MTBO and Sailor would also be involved in the search effort, and by involved, I mean they would simply talk with LeClown while staying in the safety of their nether bunker. The FBI predicted that the Balls Alliance would try to find them, so they attempted to waste as much of their time as humanly ontologically possible. This would be accomplished by leading any potential explorers to false leads, so the old OGS base would be leaked to the public. Not only would LeClown and PGS member WhatsApp to spend several hours traveling there to find clues, but WhatsApp would scout the surrounding area, wasting nearly their entire day after
I'll
they
make it
found
face
nothing.
this way.
The FBI
Oh,
had no
I can't
idea that the
actually.
Balls
Or
Alliance
can I?
were actually falling for it, but they would continue saying
wait.
random coordinates and pretend to freak out over getting exposed. Tracking
No.
Balls Alliance explorers in a Sisyphean cycle of following red herrings for the next few days. By the end, LeClown traveled 90 kilometers by foot and 250 kilometers by boat. But FBI member McAnew had a funnier idea. He was going to fake the moon landing to stir up drama. He obtained a normal jetpack, flew several kilometers into the air, and utilized Photoshop skills to manufacture a false screenshot of him landing on the moon. Even though rockets were not craftable in the game, Zalgo called the original team of Greg Tech developers to analyze the screenshots and see exactly what happened, causing a debate that somehow wasted more time. But all of these psyops were simply buying more time for the FBI, for them to acquire equipment to execute
Oh, windmill
their new
is
plan.
this
We have
one.
seen
Okay.
FBI prank
My bad,
Rhode
guys.
Island with grenades, but now they wanted Rhode Island permanently gone. By resetting their progress to 0, the FBI had used this day to grind enough Uzis and grenades to turn Rhode Island into Road Crater.
I guess
and the
that
plan
works?
was
Question
to arrive at the surface of Rhode Island, drill underground next to their actual underground base, and use grenades to blow up their entire headquarters. It was an epic plan, and the reaction was going to be equally epic. The GGI had gone from zero to being the biggest threats once again, and nothing could stop them this time.
You don't need the
Except for
turbine to
FBI
make the
member
windmill work?
Corridora,
Oh.
who felt bad for Rhode
Well,
Island.
whatever.
He was the only FBI member who actually felt emotions.
It's
for
easy to
something.
make, so I don't
So he
really
leaked
care.
the FBI's plans to Dr. Biko so they could prepare. Rhode Island realized they couldn't survive an attack from the FBI, so they
Hydrate?
decided
Okay.
to make a run for it when the server opened. Meaning the next morning would be a race to see if the FBI could reach Rhode Island
Gregit.
before Rhode Island
Gregit
could take all their
or
machines and
Gregit?
escape.
How's your chick? Okay.
Probably there, babe.
Wait, SMG mags.
Wait,
Does anyone have SMG mags?
I have
Yes, I have.
8
Let
SMG mags.
Mac can use.
Can you wait for 5 more minutes? I have to go eat lunch.
No.
Yeah, the generators are no use right now.
Okay.
Yeah, everyone follow me, everyone follow me, everyone follow me.
Alright, yeah, so basically just go south if you're trying to get to them.
I mean,
Just go
I'll
straight
rather have
south here,
everyone with us
basically.
at the moment, so we're waiting on Fallen King.
Alright,
Okay,
alright.
everyone,
Are we
follow
going?
me.
Let's go.
Super Obama got it.
Ah, beautiful.
This is literally a cinematic shot.
We basically go due south. We basically go due south from here.
This is gonna be something to rival Infamous Creeper.
It's
Pop
uncaptioned by the
This is
YouTuber.
an extremely
No.
important ping.
Well,
We are
maybe
getting
we
raided
can
as
make a
soon as
server.
the
It's
server
land
starts.
powered.
The enemies have MV weaponry and steam armor. Our current plan of defense is as follows. We know they will
Guys,
bomb
I
the
think
West
I
Wall
gotta
farm
go.
to attack our
Bro, it's actually famous. So true. I gotta go. My phone is dying. That's why. No, it's not private. My phone is dying. Yeah. Goodbye. Bye, guys. Bye bye. Hey, Rel. Yeah, I quit the stream. It's getting industrious. Yeah, we're going. Wait. I don't know. Okay, goodbye, guys. Good night. Again.